Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sony booth where we're showing a significant new storage system, Optical Disc Archive, ODA. Sony has big plans for Optical Disc Archive, and it's not hard to see why we're so excited. ODA represents the ideal approach for storage and archiving of file-based production. Think about it. The old approach to storage was tape. You shot on tape, delivered on tape, and archived on tape. Your acquisition, archival, and exchange formats were all the same. Today, we're shooting file-based productions on expensive solid-state memory cards. Now, if you're not a gazillionaire, you can't afford to keep your productions on these cards for very long. You've got to copy your assets onto something else in order to reuse them for the next day's shoot, right? Well, this need is becoming more pressing in response to two acquisition trends. First, the industry is migrating to lighter compression or completely uncompressed production. Second is the pervasive trend toward 4K, requiring more than 4 times the storage capacity of full HD. These trends are putting strain on conventional storage. The challenge is hard enough if you're a one-man band backing up from a single camera, but it's even more urgent if you're providing storage for a production company, post house, or broadcaster. You may need to serve not just one camera, but dozens or hundreds of cameras. You need scale. It's also important to realize that not all bits are created equal. If you need to archive emails, by all means, go to an IT company. But if you need to archive audio-visual content, you're best off talking to Sony. We understand ingest, browsing, and program exchange. We know about metadata and proxy. We speak your language, and so do our ODA solutions. As a storage medium, ODA is optical. To appreciate the difference, just take a look at your alternatives. Consider hard disk drives. Yes, they're fast, but they're prone to all kinds of failure, including freezes and crashes. Hard disks consume plenty of power with high electric costs, even when they're idling. And with hard disks, you've got to migrate your data every 4 years or so. What about data tape, such as LTO? At Sony, we know LTO. We make LTO tape, but we're well aware that tape has some limitations, causing it to slowly fall out of favor in corporate data centers. Tape is not good at random access, as the drive needs to fast forward or rewind before it can read the file you want. Tape also means higher electricity costs because the tape libraries require controlled environments with air conditioning all year long. And tape exacts a cost penalty because you're forced to copy all your assets onto a new tape generation about every 6 years. Finally, some of you may be considering cloud storage, but even on the cloud, the data needs to physically reside somewhere. That means cost, and if your cloud vendor isn't at the top of their game, you could be exposing your content to unauthorized access. For all these reasons, Optical Disc Archive is a winner. Each cartridge contains 12 optical discs. Multi-layering technology means the maximum capacity is 1.5 terabytes. That's up to 48 hours of XDCAM HD 422 material in a cartridge this small. Unlike tape, random access is very fast, a fraction of a second. And unlike hard disk or tape, the medium is incredibly robust. Optical Disc Archive uses a non-contact laser system based on Blu-ray disc for reading and writing. And the disc is further protected from dust and fingerprints by the cartridge. Archival life is rated at up to 50 years. Unlike hard disk, there's zero electricity costs when idling. And unlike tape, the ODA recording is by its very nature highly resilient and stable in less than perfect environmental conditions like dust, heat, and humidity. This enables you to greatly reduce utility costs. In terms of reliability, random access, and total cost of ownership, Optical Disc Archive is the smart choice for the urgent demand of storing file-based productions. To appreciate the optical advantage, let's take a look at solutions Sony is now shipping. Our starter system, ideal for the camera owner-operator or a small studio. is Sony's single-user solution, the ODS D55U drive. It's a USB 3 drive that plugs directly into compatible Macintosh and Windows computers. It's a desktop solution that supports drag and drop copying. An easy choice because each 12-disc cartridge functions as a single unified volume. The drive comes with Content Manager software, which extracts metadata from Sony acquisition formats. So you have access to proxy video, thumbnails, rich metadata, even face recognition, and speech to text. Capacity is effectively unlimited. After the cartridge fills up, you can move it to offline shelf storage and replace it with blank media. The drive is available now at a suggested retail price of $6,990. The next step up is our ODS L10 library, perfect for small work groups that need entry-level nearline web access to footage. The library contains slots for 10 cartridges and 2 ODS D55U drives. This means you can optimize your capital investment, starting with standalone drives and migrating to the library as your needs grow. When combined with Sony's File Manager software, the library is ideal for networked attached storage. It provides up to 15 terabytes, roughly 500 hours of 422 high definition in a form factor that sits on a desktop or mounts in a standard 19-inch rack. You can organize the 10 cartridges by project, client, or operator. Here again, the storage is in effect unlimited. As cartridges fill up, you move them to shelves for easy management. Now, for more demanding environments, look for our 30-slot library, the ODS L30, targeted for release later this year. It provides nearline access for up to 45 terabytes, or roughly 1,500 hours, and it also fits on a desktop or in a 19-inch rack. The next step up is our X-Disc archive system, an extension of the XDCAM archive we launched at NAB 2 years ago. A strategic part of Sony's media backbone production system, this is the all-in-one content management and shelf-based archive system with online streaming proxy for up to 85,000 hours of high-definition content. Not just a data storage system, X-Disc Archive is optimized for audio-visual content. You can search, fast forward, and rewind proxy video from anywhere. So a producer in New Orleans can browse basketball assets on an archive in Connecticut. Or a producer in Moscow can search for news B-roll on an archive in Atlanta. With X-Disc Archive, you're not just looking at material titles, you're looking at proxy video, thumbnail pictures, documents, and searchable metadata. In addition to search, the system includes clever applications for ingest, catalog, archive, export, and shelf retrieve. And it supports a wide range of Sony formats, including XDCAM, XDCAM-EX, NXCAM, HDV, and DVCAM. Want more? Available third-party codecs include Apple ProRes and Avid DNX HD. Still more, there's Panasonic DVC Pro, DVC Pro 50, DVC Pro HD, and AVC Intra formats. Now, if you're at a large post house or production company or a broadcaster, you need large volume nearline storage. And for you, Sony offers a peek at the future. Our large scalable Petacyte ODA library system coming by the end of the year. The centerpiece is our ODS L30M main module, which holds 30 cartridges and 2 drives and operates as a single self-contained unit. So it's ideal for high-demand nearline archives. The library scales up with our ODS L60E and L100E expansion modules. Fully grown, the system is configurable up to 22 drives and 520 cartridges. That's over 25,000 hours of XDCAM 422 content in a single standard rack. Each module is equipped with a 3-slot import-export station for quick, uninterrupted cartridge loading and removal. Consider the Petacyte ODA library system for your most valuable or highest priority nearline assets. use it as your main archive or to complement an existing archive. And you can meet additional demand with additional ODA libraries. You manage the Petacyte ODA library through the flexible industry standard SCSI protocol or a Sony Web Services API. This enables Sony's own media backbone solutions and third-party software to manage all or part of your assets. Now, speaking of third parties, Sony is working with leading media asset management companies to provide integrated solutions. These efforts are just starting to bear fruit. At NAB, Gillette and Front Porch Digital have announced their cooperation with Sony. Front Porch Digital's Diva Archive Manager leverages Sony's quick file access and robust media. Gillette's Media Life complements Sony's media backbone solutions while providing scalable, enterprise-wide media asset management functions. In fact, Gillette is demonstrating interoperability right here in the Sony booth. And we expect other announcements in the not-too-distant future. While today's presentation may appear complete, this is only the beginning. Great solutions like Optical Disk Archive deserve a great support plan. We're excited to announce a new global service platform. ODA will be the first product to take advantage of the power of this new platform. There are major benefits, including efficient web-based support that can monitor the status of your entire archive system, including Gillette Media Life, remote log collection and firmware updating, plus powerful analysis and reporting of your system statistics. And our global service platform is completely flexible. You can choose exactly the service option that meets your specific needs. Today, we've seen that Sony Optical Disk Archive is the scalable solution that fits whether you're an individual camera owner-operator or a large broadcaster. It's the content-savvy solution with options for remote browsing, proxy video, and rich metadata. And it's the robust solution with a 50-year archival life. We invite you to experience Optical Disk Archive and our new global service platform for yourself in the display area. At the end of this aisle, you'll discover friendly, helpful Sony representatives ready to answer your questions, and they know what questions to ask you. Give us the opportunity. We'll ask about your operations, your existing workflow, and plans for the future. The more we discuss, the more we can find a solution that fits just for you. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a great evening.